Upon observing Tooele Valley and the Ochre Mountains for the first time in 1877, renowned American naturalist John Muir observed, "Lovers of science, lovers of wildness, lovers of pure rest will find here more than they may hope."
The legacy of Tooele County unfolds like the fabric of a richly colored tapestry, intricately woven by men and women of courage and determination. Each piece of cloth tells a singular story. Each strand of thread gives strength to the whole. Long before any human ever touched the pristine soil, ancient seas and fiery volcanoes cast distinctive landforms. The Earth's surface folded, mountains lifted, their sediments washing down into the valleys. Over time, the interminable forces of wind and water harrowed the barren landscape, as an artist might prepare a canvas for his brush. The last great sculpting of this region occurred 10,000 years ago when a huge ice sheet covered much of North America. Glaciers formed in mountain ranges. Then, as temperatures warmed, water spilled down the mountains, flowing over the flat land of the Great Basin. Later named Bonneville, this freshwater lake embodied much of western Utah and parts of Idaho and Nevada. For centuries, waves lapped at the foothills, leaving lasting impressions upon craggy rock. Today, the Great Salt Lake and Rush Lake are two of Bonneville's remnants. Deposits of salt remain throughout the region, the largest of which is known as the Bonneville Salt Flats in western Tooele County. As the largest Dead Sea in the Western Hemisphere, the Great Salt Lake is considered by many as the most significant geographical feature. 20% of the lake lies within the county's borders. In the heart of Lake Bonneville Basin, the county's contrasting profiles lend a magnificent accent to her landscape. The Great Salt Lake Desert is the most dominant feature, covering roughly 1/2 of the county's landmass, coexisting with 7 mountain ranges and 4 prominent valleys. From lofty alpine peaks to arid deserts, from wilderness preserves to fruitful valleys, Tooele County's geography summons at once impressions of grandeur and serenity.
Native Americans were the first to weave the threads of Tooele's colorful tapestry. Called desert gatherers by historians, these people endured a simple life, primarily wandering in search of food. Archaeologists have discovered evidence of their culture in caves, notably the petroglyphs carved on the red cliffs of Stansbury Island in the Great Salt Lake. More than mere echoes of an ancient civilization, these petroglyphs serve as a reminder of an indomitable spirit linking past, present, and future, a spirit which comes from a unique geography and the people who for millennia have called this land home. Early in the 18th century, when printed maps referred to the existence of a large lake in western North America, trappers and explorers came, adding their bold colors of thread to the tapestry. Trapper and explorer Jedediah Strong Smith was the first white man to cross the length and breadth of the Great Basin, particularly the area of present Tooele County. From his journal of 1827 we read, "Those who may chance to read this
at a distance from the scene may perhaps be surprised that the sight of this salt lake surrounded by a wilderness of more than 2,000 miles diameter excited in me those feelings known to the traveler who, after long and perilous journeying, comes again in view of his home. But so it was with me, for I had traveled so much in the vicinity of the salt lake that it had become my home in the wilderness."
A U.S. Corps topographical engineer, John C. Fremont, explored and drew the first graphic maps of the county. In 1845, with Kit Carson and Auguste Archambault as his guides, the men crossed the Cedar Mountains, laying a new trail through the desert by marking a mountain peak in the distance. Fremont named this terrestrial beacon Pilot Peak.
During the mid-1840s, several wagon companies crossed Tooele County in search of a more direct route to California. This immigration route, named Hastings Cutoff after the man who promoted it, followed a major portion of the Western Desert Trail laid by Fremont. Mountain man James Kleiman knew well the territory between Skull Valley and Pilot Peak and advised travelers against taking this cutoff. The ill-fated Donner Reed Party of 1846 did not fare well during their arduous trek through the wilderness. Teams of oxen died. Forced to abandon many of their heavily laden wagons, they traversed the Great Salt Desert, suffering deprivations of great proportions. Depleted in strength and supplies, they persevered through Nevada territory, only to be trapped in the Sierra Nevada by fierce winter storms. The first white settlers of Tooele County were Mormon pioneers, members of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. July 24, 1847, the initial company of saints, led by Church President Brigham Young, entered the Salt Lake Valley in what was then Mexican territory. In 1849, Brigham Young sent saints to establish a settlement. Ezra Taft Benson, an apostle, was among the leaders. He found sites for the county's first mills, a sawmill at Settlement Canyon and a grist mill on Big Creek. The settlers cleared land and planted crops, dug irrigation ditches, and fenced land for cattle, all the while weaving the strong inner threads of the rich tapestry.
Introduced by the Mormon Provisional State of Deseret Assembly on January 31, 1850, Tooele County was among the 6 approved counties of the Territory of Utah. The official change in the spelling of Tuilla to Tooele came 2 years later. Tooele's pioneer women were as strong and independent as the men. Self-sufficient, they managed homesteads, worked in the fields, mills, and shops. Some were plural wives. Others reared children alone while their husbands served missions. Naomi Chappell Gillette, a resourceful mother of 9, wrote,
I've made bullets, nursed the sick, taught school, made candles and put handles in axes, built furniture, made cloth, and worked in the fields. If there's any work I haven't done, I don't know what it is. But work keeps us young.
One of the first cities in the Territory of Utah to be incorporated, Tooele City, was voted county seat on the 18th of January, 1861. Most settlements in Tooele Valley were located close to the Ochre Mountains, Grantsville being the exception. Named for George D. Grant, a colonel in the Nauvoo Legion sent to protect county residents, the city of Grantsville was incorporated January 12, 1867. Named for Indian skulls found on the valley floor, Skull Valley was settled in the early years of pioneer homesteading. Orrin Porter Rockwell, scout and mountain man, established a ranch and ran horses between the Simpson and Sheeprock Mountains. Though reports of his conquests are greatly exaggerated, it is believed that he did feel more comfortable around animals than people.
Unique in all of Utah, the settlement of Yosepa began in 1889 with the immigration of Hawaiian converts of the LDS Church. The name of Yosepa honored beloved missionary Joseph F. Smith. The Hawaiians made a garden of their desert home, entwining the tapestry with threads of exotic hues. In 1911, Yosepa won a prize for the most charming and progressive city in the state. When President Joseph F. Smith announced that the church was constructing a temple in Hawaii, many in Yosepa wanted to help build it. With support of church leaders, the Hawaiian saints returned home, their desert paradise reverting to dust. Among romantic tales of the Old West come nostalgic memories of the Pony Express. Before the fast-lived days of the Pony Express, it took months for the U.S. mail to move from coast to coast. The telegraph replaced the Pony Express as the fastest way to send intercontinental communications. Riders and masters abandoned stations almost overnight, and the desolate route through Utah's West Desert became silent. A former express station, Fish Springs is a national wildlife refuge for approximately 251 species of migrating birds. Stagecoaches, wagon trains, and mail freight routinely cross Tooele County. Then in the early 1880s, a long-distance telephone line was installed, with the first phone connected at the Honorine Mine. June 17, 1914, 4 copper wires spliced at Wendover completed the original telephone circuit across America. When the Utah Central Railroad was laying track, county men supplied the railroad ties. The Western Pacific Railroad finished their tracks across the county in 1907. The railroad encouraged an already blooming economy as people were needed to man the stations and work the rails. To accommodate the automobile, the county made improvements in roads connecting farms, communities, and cities. The County Commission approved a section of the proposed Lincoln Highway, the nation's first paved interstate road. Orr's Ranch in Skull Valley was a favorite stop among travelers using the highway. Among the many guests were Orville and Wilbur Wright. Aviator and war hero Eddie Rickenbacker once became stuck near Fish Springs during a coast-to-coast trip.
The mining industry is at the heart of Tooele County's growth and economy. Pioneers collected salt using hand tools or by a process of evaporation. As extraction and filtration techniques have improved, salt production increased. Today's giant salt producers continue to support Tooele's healthy economy. Pioneers mined coal, iron, and lead as needed. U.S. soldiers were among Utah's early miners. Colonel Patrick Connor is considered to be the father of Utah mining. He chartered the town of Stockton, built the first smelter, and formed Utah's first mining district. A few soldiers from Camp Floyd in Cedar Valley became prospectors when the post closed because of the Civil War. The town grew to support a flourishing mining operation. A major producer of silver, the Treasure Hill Mine Company, shipped tons of ore during its peak years in business. Ophir's veins now depleted, the town is a mere shadow of her past. Thousands of miners, many from distant lands, came with the railroad. New immigrants brought their traditions, religion, and politics with them. Miners and their families wove threads of gold and silver to adorn Tooele's already vibrant tapestry. The Merkur mining district was home to great advances in mining and society as a whole. In 1879, Bavarian immigrant Ari Pinedo discovered a mercury sulfide and named the place Merkur. A gold strike turned Merkur into a boom town with all the amenities of a larger city. Two men of distinction ran operations in Merkur. George H. Dern, general manager of Consolidated Company, later served as governor of Utah and U.S. Secretary of War. Daniel Jackling built Golden Gate Mill. He later developed the open-cut method of mining in Bingham Canyon. In the community of Center, between Clover and Vernon, William Ajax excavated a large underground store, so large that a wagon and team of horses could turn completely around. It served miners, residents, and travelers. Utah's first mall incorporated a post office, shops, boarding house, eateries, and stables to keep 100 animals. After 40 years of business, the mall closed with Merkur in 1913. Merkur's bright star dimmed. A devastating fire, coupled with unprofitable seasons, left Merkur a ghost town by 1917. Tooele County was a growing mining center when Utah became a state on January 4, 1896. In 1910, the International Smelter in Pine Canyon revolutionized the mining industry, fueling a new era of expansion.
The United States government looked to the area of Tooele County with great interest when in 1940 the United States military selected an immense tract of wilderness property as the site for Wendover Airfield. During World War II, Wendover Air Base operated primarily as a training site for the crews of B-17, B-24, and B-29 aircraft, including the Enola Gay and Boxcar, the crews of which were responsible for the first deployment of nuclear weapons over Japan in 1945. At the edge of the world-famous Bonneville Salt Flats of Utah's West Desert, Wendover Airport is the world's only remaining fully operational airport of the World War II era. In the early days of the war, the government also purchased land southwest of Tooele City for construction of what became the Tooele Ordnance Depot. The depot's primary mission was for storage of Army vehicles and small arms. As the depot expanded, so did its mission. Employees maintained vehicles and artillery pieces, often rebuilding entire machines. One section of the depot was designated as a POW camp to house German and Italian prisoners of war. Noted for its efficiency and size, the depot included a large housing project, Army hospital, shopping center, and school. Since 1914, the Salt Flats have been drawing speed competitors and enthusiasts from around the world. When dry, the surface is hard and flat, an open invitation for people intent on making and breaking land speed records. With the thinning crust, the Salt Flats are now used less as a raceway than for other forms of entertainment. The 11 square miles of salt-encrusted desert is a mecca for photographers and film crews. The Salt Flats can become the scene of any creator's dream. Today, the more than 32,000 people who live in Tooele County enjoy the benefits of a rural lifestyle with convenient access to large metropolitan areas. They honor their remarkable heritage even as they look to their promising future. The Benson Grist Mill at the entrance to Tooele Valley is on the National Register of Historic Places. The Daughters of Utah Pioneers operate the Donner Reed Museum in Grantsville, where on display are artifacts of the Donner Party, as well as Indian and pioneer relics. Exhibits at the Railroad Museum in Tooele include a steam engine, cabooses, and sundry tokens of the railroad industry. Wendover Airport's Hall of Honor Museum pays tribute to the brave men and women who served on the airbase during World War II. Living in harmony with the land, county residents enjoy a variety of recreational opportunities. Named for the highest point of the Stansbury Mountains, the new Deseret Peak Recreation Complex offers state-of-the-art venues and first-class accommodations. World-class rodeos attract participants and spectators throughout the West. At the dawn of a new era, there is reason to celebrate in Tooele County. 150 years of noble living. Above all, we acknowledge the people of Tooele County. Generations of men and women who have created a living tapestry, invariably weaving beautiful threads with their hearts and hands.